Welcome to our podcast. Today, we're diving into something fascinating, learning English while you sleep.
That's right. People are always asking, is it really possible to learn a language while you sleep? In this episode, we're going to explore this exciting idea together.
But before we get started, let's remind everyone, we're here to help you learn English easily every single day so you can get closer to your goals.
Exactly. And today's episode isn't just informative, it's motivational. We'll keep you engaged with questions to keep your brain active and curious.
Let's start with this. Have you ever listened to music before falling asleep?
Most people have, right? Soft music, a podcast, maybe even white noise. But have you ever thought about using that same method to improve your English vocabulary, your pronunciation, or even your listening skills?
That's the core idea behind learning English while sleeping. Scientists call it sleep learning or hypnopedia. Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
It does. We'll guide you step by step, explaining how your brain works during sleep, why it's possible to absorb language, and how you can use this method in your daily life.
And don't worry, we'll keep the English simple, clear, and at AB1 to B2 level, so you'll learn and enjoy it at the same time.
Let's dive into the science. When you sleep, your brain doesn't shut down. In fact, it's very active during different sleep stages.
Yes, especially during deep sleep and REM sleep. In REM sleep, your brain is processing information, consolidating memories, and connecting ideas.
That's why sleep is so important for learning in general. Imagine you studied English vocabulary during the day. Words like apple, friendship, opportunity. When you sleep, your brain organizes these words and strengthens them in your memory.
Exactly. So, here's the million-dollar question. Can you introduce new information during sleep? Can you actually learn new English words while dreaming?
Research suggests that your brain can pick up sounds, patterns, and sometimes even words during sleep. It's not as effective as learning while awake, but it can definitely support your progress.
Let's try something together. Imagine you're lying in bed, headphones on. Instead of music, you hear a calm voice repeating English phrases like, I am learning English. My English is improving every day. I can speak with confidence.
These are called affirmations, short, positive sentences. Even if you're not consciously listening, your brain can absorb the rhythm, the structure, even the vocabulary.
Now, listeners, would you like to fall asleep and at the same time train your brain with English? Sounds pretty powerful, right?
Think about it. You spend a third of your life sleeping, almost 8 hours every night. What if you could use part of that time to boost your English?
Of course, sleep learning isn't magic. You won't wake up fluent after one night, but it can accelerate your progress. It can make vocabulary stick faster and give you confidence when you practice in the morning.
Most importantly, it can change your mindset. You start believing, yes, English can be part of my life, even in my dreams.
So, let's make this practical. Here's a small exercise. Tonight, before sleeping, choose 5 simple English sentences such as, I enjoy learning English. English helps me connect with people. I understand new words easily. My memory is strong. I am confident when I speak.
Record yourself reading these sentences slowly, or find an app or podcast that already has them. Then, play the recording quietly when you go to bed.
Don't play it too loud. Your brain learns best when the sound is soft, calm, almost like background music.
Try it for 1 week. Just 1 week. Then notice. Do the sentences feel more natural when you wake up? Do you remember them without much effort?
We want you to experiment because language learning is also about curiosity. If you try, you'll discover your own rhythm and your own results.
Let's dig deeper into the idea of affirmations. Do you know why they're so powerful?
Because they combine 2 things, language and emotion. When you hear, I am confident in English, It's not only words, it's also a feeling.
Exactly. And emotions are like glue for your memory. Think about the last time you learned a new English word during a funny or emotional moment. You probably still remember it.
So, if you repeat positive sentences while sleeping, your brain may connect them with calm emotions, making them stronger.
Let's try something interactive. If you're listening right now, repeat after me, just in your mind, not aloud. Ready?
First sentence: I can learn English, even when I sleep.
Second, English words come to me naturally.
Third, every day, my English is improving.
Great. How do you feel after repeating these? Motivated? Relaxed? Curious?
Remember, language isn't just grammar and vocabulary, it's also psychology. If you believe you can learn, your progress becomes faster.
That's true. Now let's talk about vocabulary specifically. Did you know that during sleep, your brain can recognize familiar words more easily than new, complex words?
Yes. That means for sleep learning, it's better to focus on simple, high-frequency words, for example, love, water, family, tomorrow, happy.
Exactly. These words are already part of your active or passive knowledge. Listening to them during sleep makes them more automatic, so you can recall them quickly in conversation.
Here's a tip. Create a sleep playlist with short lists of useful words and phrases like, hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. What's your name? My name is. Nice to meet you.
You see, these are everyday phrases. Imagine listening to them at night. The next morning, they might feel more natural on your tongue.
Let's ask our audience. Would you like to wake up and immediately say, nice to meet you with confidence?
That's the power of consistency. If you practice daily, your sleeping hours become your silent teacher.
But let's be honest. Sleep learning isn't a replacement for active learning. You still need to practice speaking, writing, and listening when you're awake.
Absolutely. Think of sleep learning as a bonus. It's like watering a plant during the night. In the morning, you continue caring for it. Both day and night matter.
So here's another small experiment. Before you go to bed tonight, review 5 words that you learned today. Say them out loud. Then, play them in a soft recording while you sleep. Tomorrow morning, test yourself. Do you still remember them?
And if you do, write them down in a notebook. Keeping a learning journal is a fantastic way to see your progress.
Yes. And don't forget, progress isn't about perfection. It's about small steps, repeated consistently.
So, my question for you, dear listener, are you ready to transform your bed into a classroom?
And are you ready to let your dreams help you learn?
If your answer is yes, then stay with us. Because in the next part, we'll explore how music, rhythm, and even your favorite songs can help you learn English during sleep.
Let's now talk about music. Have you noticed that songs stay in your head, sometimes even when you don't want them to?
Yes, that's called an earworm. When you hear a catchy song, your brain repeats it again and again, even without your permission.
This is exactly why music can be a powerful tool for learning English during sleep. If you play songs in English, especially slow songs with clear lyrics, your brain can pick up words and rhythm naturally.
Let's give an example. Think of a simple song like Happy Birthday. Everyone knows it. Even if you don't try to memorize it, the words come automatically. Happy birthday to you.
So, if you replace that with an English learning song, something like, I like coffee, I like tea, English words are good for me. You may laugh, but your brain remembers it.
Exactly. It's funny, it's musical, and it sticks. And when you play it before sleep or during sleep, the rhythm helps your memory.
Here's a fun task for our listeners. Make your own simple English song tonight. Use easy words, repeat them, and sing slowly. For example, I am happy, I am strong. English helps me all day long.
Sing it a few times before sleep. Then, if you can, record it and let it play softly while you rest. In the morning, check if it feels more natural.
Music also connects directly to emotions. Remember what we said earlier? Emotion is glue for memory. So when you enjoy the song, you remember the words better.
Let's ask our audience, what is your favorite English song? Do you sometimes catch yourself singing it in your dreams?
Maybe it's a romantic song. Maybe it's pop. Maybe it's rock. No matter the style, the important thing is listen, repeat, and feel.
But here's a tip. Choose songs with clear pronunciation. Some songs are artistic and difficult to understand. For learning, better to pick something simple, slow, and repetitive.
Exactly. For example, children's songs in English are perfect. They are designed for easy learning, and they repeat words many times.
Yes, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star or Old MacDonald Had a Farm. They may sound childish, but they are excellent for building vocabulary and rhythm.
And don't worry about feeling silly. Even adults learn faster with songs. In fact, many language teachers around the world use music as a secret weapon.
Here's another idea. Combine affirmations with music. Imagine soft background music with a voice saying, I speak English with confidence. My English is improving every day. Learning is fun and easy for me.
That's like a lullaby for your brain, calming, positive, and educational.
And your subconscious mind listens. Even if you don't notice, your brain processes the rhythm, the words, and the feelings.
So, dear listener, are you ready to try music tonight?
If yes, choose one simple English song or make your own. Sing it, play it, and let your brain enjoy English while you sleep.
In the next part, we'll talk about visualization, how to combine images and imagination with sleep learning.
Now, let's move to another powerful tool, visualization. Do you know what that means?
Yes, visualization is the art of creating mental pictures. When you imagine something clearly in your mind, your brain reacts as if it is real.
Exactly. Athletes use visualization all the time. For example, before running a race, they imagine the track, their movements, even the feeling of crossing the finish line.
And the same trick can help you with English. Imagine yourself speaking confidently with a native speaker. Picture the words coming smoothly. See their smile. Feel your success.
This kind of mental training is very powerful, and if you combine it with sleep, the effect is even stronger.
Here's how. Before you fall asleep, close your eyes and imagine a short English conversation. For example, someone asks, "How are you?" And you answer, "I'm fine, thank you."
Keep repeating this scene in your imagination, like a little movie. Then, when you drift into sleep, your brain continues processing it.
It's like planting a seed in your subconscious mind. At night, the seed grows. In the morning, it feels natural to say the words.
Let's try a mini exercise together. Dear listener, close your eyes for a moment. Unless you're driving, and imagine this.
You are in a coffee shop. A friendly person smiles and says, "Hello, what would you like to drink?"
You answer with confidence. A cup of coffee, please.
The person says, "Sure. Anything else?"
You reply, no, thank you. That's all.
Did you imagine it? Did you hear your own voice? That is visualization in action.
If you do this kind of mental practice every night, your brain becomes more familiar with real situations.
And when you listen to English recordings while you sleep, your imagination connects with the sounds. Together, they create powerful learning.
So, our advice before bed, create a short dream dialogue in your mind. Keep it simple. Then, play a recording with similar sentences during the night.
That way, your dreams and the audio work together.
And in the morning, test yourself. Can you repeat the dialogue out loud?
Step by step, this builds confidence.
Now let's connect this with another important idea, repetition.
Yes, repetition is the mother of learning. The more often you hear or say something, the stronger it becomes in your memory.
That's why sleep is so useful. You have many hours of natural repetition.
Think about it. If you listen to the same 5 sentences for 8 hours while you sleep, that's hundreds of repetitions without effort.
Compare that to only 5 minutes of practice when awake. Which one gives more exposure?
Of course, awake practice is active and necessary, but the night repetitions add extra power.
So here's a question for you. Dear listener, what 5 sentences would you like to repeat tonight?
Choose them carefully. Pick words that you really want to use in daily life. For example, I understand English easily. I can speak clearly. I feel confident. Learning is fun. I remember new words.
Imagine hearing these hundreds of times while you sleep. In the morning, they may feel like your natural thoughts.
And that's the goal, to make English part of your subconscious.
In the next section, we'll talk about pronunciation, how sleep learning can help your accent and listening skills.
Let's explore pronunciation now. Many learners say, I understand English, but my accent is not good.
Yes, accent is one of the biggest fears. But here's the good news. Listening during sleep can actually improve your pronunciation.
How? Because your brain absorbs sound patterns. Even if you don't notice, your subconscious copies the rhythm, the intonation, and the melody of English.
Exactly. Think about how babies learn. Before speaking, they listen for months. They hear voices, songs, and conversations. Their brain records everything.
And one day, they start speaking naturally. That's the magic of listening.
So if you listen to English while you sleep, your brain continues to record sounds. Over time, your mouth will imitate them more easily.
Here's an exercise for our listeners. Find a short recording of a native speaker, maybe just 1 minute. Listen to it before sleep. Then, play it softly during the night.
In the morning, repeat what you heard. Try to copy the sounds exactly, like an actor copying a role.
This is called shadowing. You shadow the speaker, following their rhythm, tone, and pronunciation.
And after several nights, you'll notice your accent is closer to theirs and your ears recognize the sounds faster.
Let's test it right now with a short phrase. Dear listener, repeat after us. Ready?
English is easy for me.
One more time. English is easy for me.
Did you say it? Excellent. That's the power of repeating with a clear model.
Another idea is to use tongue twisters. They're fun and they train your mouth muscles. For example, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Try saying that 5 times before sleep. And if you play it during the night, your brain gets used to the tricky sounds.
Or another one. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
These exercises may sound funny, but they improve your clarity.
And here's the secret. Pronunciation isn't about talent. It's about training your mouth and ears, just like training a muscle.
So don't be shy. Play, repeat, and even laugh at your mistakes. That's how you grow.
Let's ask our listeners, do you sometimes avoid speaking because you fear your accent?
If yes, remember this. Your accent is part of your identity, but practice makes it clearer and easier for others to understand.
And sleep learning is your silent partner in this journey.
In the next section, we'll focus on listening skills, how to train your ears with night practice. Okay, I'm intrigued. I'm always looking for ways to learn more efficiently. So where do we start?
Let's kick things off with listening skills. A lot of learners say, I can read English, but when people speak fast, I don't understand.
That's super common. Listening is often harder than reading because the sounds just disappear so quickly. You don't have time to stop and think.
Exactly. So, here's the trick. The more your brain hears English sounds, the faster it recognizes them. And listening while you sleep adds extra hours of exposure. Even if you don't focus, your brain is still processing the rhythm of English.
So, imagine you're sleeping and a recording is playing. Good morning. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. Simple sentences, right?
Totally. But after hearing them hundreds of times, They enter your subconscious. And the next time someone says, "How are you today?" in real life, your brain reacts faster. It's called automaticity. It means your response becomes automatic, without translation.
I get it. You don't want to translate every word in your head. You want English to flow naturally.
Exactly. So, here's a challenge for our listeners. Tonight, choose a short dialogue, maybe 1 or 2 minutes long. Listen to it before bed. Then play it softly during the night.
And in the morning, try to repeat what you remember. Even if it's only a few words, that's progress. Repeat this for several nights, and you'll notice your ears become more familiar with English speed and accent.
You know why? Because your brain creates neural pathways. Each repetition builds stronger connections. Think of it like building a road. At first, the road is small and difficult. But with more cars, it becomes wider and smoother.
Okay, that makes sense. Repeated listening makes understanding faster and easier. So, here's another tip. Combine listening with background sounds. Nature sounds, like rain or ocean waves, mixed with English sentences.
Yeah, that way, you relax more deeply and your brain accepts the words more naturally. Hey, let's test our listeners right now. Close your eyes and imagine waves on the beach. Hear the sound of the water. Now listen. I am learning English. English is part of my life.
Did you feel that? That's how sleep learning connects with relaxation. The calmer you are, the easier your brain absorbs.
So, are you ready to make English part of your dreams tonight?
All right, now let's dive into grammar. I know, nobody likes grammar. But what if grammar could enter your brain naturally, just like a song?
Exactly. When you listen to correct grammar structures repeatedly, your brain starts recognizing patterns without the stress. For example, the phrase, "I am learning English." If you hear it many times, you don't think about the rule of subject plus be plus verb. You just feel it's correct.
Yes, that's the magic of exposure. You don't memorize rules, you absorb them. So here's a simple exercise. Tonight, play recordings with these sentences. I am studying. You're listening. We are learning. They're speaking. She is smiling.
Those are examples of the present continuous tense. If you hear them again and again, your brain learns the pattern. And in real life, when you want to say, "I am cooking," the words come naturally.
Right? So, do you want grammar to be automatic instead of stressful? If yes, use sleep learning as your secret weapon.
Another example, past tense. Listen to sentences like, "I played football yesterday." "She watched a movie last night." "They visited their friends."
After enough repetition, you don't need to think about adding ed. Your brain remembers the sound pattern. And what about irregular verbs? Those tricky ones. Go and eat, ate, seesaw.
Sleep learning helps here too. Imagine a recording that repeats. "I went to school." "I ate an apple." "I saw a bird." Play this often, and slowly your memory accepts the irregular forms.
You see, grammar doesn't have to be a nightmare. It could be a gentle friend in your dreams. Here's another trick. Use questions. For example, do you like coffee? Does she play tennis? Do they watch the film?
If you hear these patterns in your sleep, you start answering automatically. "Yes, I do." "No, she doesn't." "Yes, they did." That's fluency, answering without thinking too much. That's what sleep repetition can give you, automatic reactions.
Imagine waking up one morning and realizing you can answer questions faster than before. Wouldn't that feel amazing? That's possible with consistent practice. So, don't just focus on vocabulary. Use sleep time for grammar too.
Okay, now let's tackle motivation. This is the big challenge for every learner. At the beginning, everyone is excited. "Yes, I will learn English. I will study every day."
But after a week, 2 weeks, a month, the energy just dips.
Exactly.
That's why we need strategies to keep motivation alive. Sleep learning can help here too, because when you sleep, there is no effort, no stress. Your brain is working for you automatically.
So even on the days when you feel lazy, you can still make progress. Imagine this. You're tired after work. You don't want to open a book, but you can still play your audio file while sleeping. That way, your learning continues without extra effort.
This gives you a sense of consistency, and consistency creates results. Many learners quit because they aren't consistent. They study one day, skip 3 days, study again, skip a week.
Totally. But if you connect learning with sleep, you learn every day automatically. And every morning, you feel proud. I studied in my sleep.
This pride gives you motivation to continue. And here's another secret: small wins. Celebrate small progress. For example, if you remember 3 new words after sleep learning, say to yourself, "Great, I improved."
Motivation grows when you see progress, and progress grows when you're motivated. It's a positive cycle. But what if someone says, "I don't see progress"?
Then we recommend measure it. For example, write a diary in English once a week. Compare entries. You will notice improvement. Or record yourself speaking. After 3 months, listen to old recordings. You will be surprised how much you improved. And this motivation pushes you to continue sleep learning.
Okay, I like this. Here's a powerful tip. Connect sleep learning with emotions. Before bed, imagine yourself speaking English confidently in front of people. Feel the joy, the pride, the success.
Then start the audio. Your brain will link the positive feeling with the English input, and emotions make memory stronger. That's why movies and songs stay in our heads. They carry emotions. So, if you want motivation, use your imagination and feelings together with sleep learning.
Remember, motivation isn't something you just have once and forever. You need to create it every day. And sleep learning is one tool that makes it easier. Let's switch gears and talk about pronunciation. How to improve your English accent and sound natural, even while sleeping.
Pronunciation, something many learners worry about. They say, "I understand English, I can write, but my pronunciation is not good." And then they feel shy when speaking, worried that others won't understand them.
But here's the good news. Sleep learning can also help with pronunciation. When you listen to native speakers again and again, even in your sleep, your brain absorbs the rhythm, the melody, and the sounds.
Like music. Exactly. Language is like music. Every language has its melody. English has stress, intonation, and connected speech. And when you sleep with English audio, you don't consciously practice, but your subconscious brain catches the music of English.
That's why sometimes learners wake up and suddenly repeat a phrase with a good accent, without effort. I know someone who woke up and said a phrase exactly like the audio.
Amazing, right? It happens because the brain is practicing while you sleep. So, here's a tip. If you want better pronunciation, choose audios with clear, natural speech. Not too fast, not too artificial.
Like real conversations, podcasts, or stories. And repeat the same audio many nights. Don't change too quickly, because repetition builds memory and muscle training for your tongue and mouth.
Yes.
The brain sends signals to the muscles even when you are not speaking. Your mouth is ready to produce the sound when you wake up. Shadowing. During the day, after sleep learning, try to imitate the audio. Repeat exactly the same rhythm and sound.
Shadowing is powerful. It connects sleep learning with active practice. And little by little, your pronunciation becomes natural. Some people ask, but can I get a perfect accent?
I think perfection is not necessary. The goal is communication, not perfection. If people understand you, and if you speak confidently, that is success. A small accent is beautiful, It shows your identity. So don't worry about losing your accent. Focus on clarity and confidence.
Clarity and sleep learning. Your ears are trained to hear the sounds, and when you hear clearly, you can produce clearly. Listening is always the first step to speaking. Let's move on to vocabulary. How to grow your word power while sleeping.
Vocabulary. Exciting. Every new word is like a small key opening a new world. You can increase your vocabulary even while sleeping by listening repeatedly to words and phrases. Your brain recognizes patterns and remembers them.
Okay, let's say 5 new words. Opportunity, challenge, improvement, confident, and success. Record yourself saying simple sentences with these words.
I have a great opportunity today. Every challenge teaches me something new. I see improvement in my English every day. I feel confident when I speak. Success is coming to me step by step. Play this audio softly while you sleep. Your brain will notice the words, the pronunciation, and the meaning without stress.
And tomorrow morning, you might remember some words automatically. Even if not all of them, that's progress. Another tip, group similar words together. Emotions, actions.
This way, your brain creates connections between words, which makes them easier to recall. And don't forget phrases. It's better to learn words in context.
Here's a small challenge for our listeners. Choose 10 new words today. Make short sentences. Record them. Play them while sleeping. Tomorrow, check which words you remember.
And here is another interesting method. Story listening. Stories are magical. When you listen to a story, your brain is actively engaged. You hear vocabulary, grammar, emotions, and context all together.
And when you play stories during sleep, your brain continues the processing. A bedtime story in English with simple sentences, repetition, and familiar words. Your brain organizes them without stress. It's how children learn languages so quickly. They hear stories over and over, and it sticks.
So, tonight, choose a short story, listen before bed, and then softly during sleep. Tomorrow, try to recall a few sentences. Repeat in your mind, I enjoy learning English. My vocabulary is growing every day. I remember words easily. Feel the words. Imagine using them in real life.
Okay, let's move on to advanced grammar. Conditional sentences might sound difficult, but your brain can absorb them through repetition and context. Record this before sleep. If I study tonight, I will understand better tomorrow. If she listens to the audio, her pronunciation will improve. If they practice every day, they will speak fluently.
That will help you absorb them with ease. Now, let's talk about everyday conversation. Learn to use the phrases in daily situations. Make recordings of ordering coffee, asking for directions, talking about hobbies.
Yes, play the recordings softly at night. And finally, advanced listening skills. Help your brain recognize their meaning and use them naturally.
What a journey! You can even learn idioms in your sleep. Break the ice and hit the nail on the head, and you can be well on your way to language mastery.
And that's a wrap for today. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.